To begin this tutorial on how to create a digital scrapbook page using Photoshop Elements 6.0, I want to give you a brief orientation to the Photoshop Elements editing workspace. The first thing I want to point your attention to is the tool palette on the left-hand side of your screen. In this palette you will find the Move tool, which allows you to move objects around your project like this. You'll also find the eyedropper tool, which allows you to choose specific colors from your photographs or elements to use in your project, such as this green over here. If I click on it, it shows up over here in the color palette. I can also change the colors in the color palette by double-clicking on the foreground or the background squares and choosing the color that I want. I can adjust it like this, and I can do the same thing with the background color. I can reverse these colors using the arrows there, and I can also revert them back to the original black and white by clicking on this icon. The rectangular marquee tool allows me to draw squares or rectangles, and by right-clicking on this tool, I also have the option to use the elliptical marquee tool, which allows me to draw ovals or circles. The text tool allows you to edit and add text and journaling to your project. The brush tool allows you to modify your project by adding digital brushes of words or images to your layout. And the paint bucket tool allows you to add solid colors to a specific area. Now, the most important aspect to understanding how to work in Photoshop and Photoshop Elements is your Layers palette, which is here on the right-hand side of your screen. The Layers palette is how you can create dimension on your project. Different elements are layered in the Layers palette above or below other elements. So, if you wanted pattern paper, such as this white pattern paper, to appear below this green ribbon, then the pattern paper needs to be below the ribbon element in the Layers palette. We'll be focusing a lot more on layers further on in the tutorial. Next, I want to show you a feature that is unique to Photoshop Elements, at least for now, and that is the project bin, which is down here at the bottom of the screen. This area displays images of all of the individual files and elements that are open in the software. This allows you easy visual access to the elements and also makes it simple to switch back and forth between open files like this. You can also hide this project bin if you choose to. Finally, the menu across the top here holds a lot of options for changing and modifying your project. The one thing that I want to share with you right now is under the Edit menu. The Preferences menu provides you with the ability to modify the program's software to work best for you by giving you lots of different options. One option that I like, that not everyone does, is the Zoom with Scroll Wheel option. This allows me to zoom in and out on my project using the scroll wheel on my mouse rather than using keystrokes, because when I'm creating digital scrapbooking layouts, I definitely want to be able to easily zoom in for a detailed view of objects or to quickly zoom out to examine the page I'm creating as a whole. So that is a basic orientation of the Photoshop Elements 6.0 editing workspace. And we will get a lot more practice using many of these tools throughout the next several videos.